The heavens are telling the glory of God, and the firmament proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pause for speech. And night to night declares knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another very important portion of what you know, the second quarterfinal in the 2024 competition. The contestants, 4 of them in number, they will quickly introduce themselves.
Ajado Chiwanda, resident of Tuviaji in Ho.
Antonio Yagwell, tutor, Beyonce Senior High School, Adenta Accra.
And last but not least, my name is John Awuni, a native of the Zoblo Electra area in the Pusga.
Round of applause for all the contestants. A round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is, as I indicated, the second quarterfinal 2024, round 1, question 1. Ebenezer Mensah Gankwam, are you here for the first time? No. I think you've been here before, yes. So, take this one. Take this. David was, as you are doubtlessly aware, the second king of ancient Israel. Now, he founded the Judean dynasty, and he united all the tribes of Israel under a single monarchy. Now, his son Solomon, he expanded the empire that he built. David is an important figure in Judaism. You cannot rule him out in the context, within the environment of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. David lived and died in Jerusalem. Where was David born? No answer. Azadoche
Bethlehem.
Was born in Bethlehem, of course. He was born in Bethlehem. Were you here last week?
No.
Last 2 weeks?
First prelims.
He was born in Bethlehem, of course. Now listen. Now Margaret Hilda Thatcher, Baroness Thatcher of Kersteven, born October 13, 1925, died April 8, 2013. British Conservative Party politician, Prime Minister, 1979, 1990, Europe's first woman Prime Minister. Now, the only British Prime Minister in the 20th century she was, and indeed to win 3 consecutive terms. And at the time of her resignation, Britain's longest continuously serving Prime Minister since 1827. Now this is the record we have for Margaret Thatcher. Now, she accelerated the evolution of the British economy from statism to liberalism and became, by personality, as much as achievement, the most renowned British political leader since Winston Churchill. As Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher worked with several foreign secretaries. So within the column of the work and the history and the status and the standing of Margaret Thatcher, she had, of course, foreign secretaries. We can count not less than 6 of them. 5 of them. Give me one.
Lord Lloyd.
Lord Lloyd. Do you remember any personality called Lord Lloyd?
Arnold Smith.
Harold Smith?
Arnold.
No. Winning.
John Major.
Sorry?
John Major.
Yeah, John Major was one of them. Now, the Wars of the Roses were a series of 15th century English civil wars for control of the throne of England. It was fought between supporters of 2 rival cadet branches of the royal house of Plantagenet. Now, the House of Lancaster, represented by a red rose, and the House of York, represented by white rose. Now, which war initiated the Wars of the Roses in 1455?
The 100 Years' War.
What is it called?
Pass.
It's called pass. Ebenezer.
The Great War.
The Great War. It initiated the wars of Vindicator where the roses emanate. You understand? Now, there was this War of the Roses which occurred in 1455. Which war initiated, ushered in the Wars of the Roses in 1455? Ajadoche.
The 40 Years' War.
If it's not 100, it's 40. Yagbero. The Battle of St. Albans. The Battle of St. Albans. Note it. Now, but Richard Nixon, you remember him? You remember what happened to him? The scandal in which he was embroiled. Now, in 1974, he left office. Who succeeded Richard Nixon in 1974 as the president of the United States of America? As the president of the, who is doing it? Oh, sorry, Awuni.
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford succeeded in Gerald Ford. Now, in zoology, which order of mammals include monkeys, apes, and indeed man? You understand? What category? How are they, is this particular group categorized in zoology as mammals? Is it John? Sorry, John?
Mandry.
Mandry. What is a mandry? Spell it.
Mandry.
But what is the word is mandry? Yes, Ajaduche.
Primates.
They are primates. They are primates. You understand? As mammals, apes, monkeys, man, they are classified as plant primates in the order of mammals in zoology. Now, declare the name of the Emperor of Japan to have renounced his divinity to become a constitutional monarch after Japan surrendered at the end of the Second World War.
Emperor Hirohito.
Hirohito is correct. Hirohito is correct. Yagaru. Now, the Sino-Indian War, also known as the Indochina War, Sino-Indian border conflict, and by some clash of the roof of the World War, was a war between China and India. A Chinese disputed Himalayan border was the main cause of the war. And which year was the Sino-Indian War fought?
1945.
No, come again.
1946.
Oh no, yes, Donna Winnie.
63. 1963.
No, Belize Jan.
1970.
Wonder.
1937.
1962, Dawn. 1962. The Sino-Indian War, 1962. Yes, Yagber again. Now, you see, the Soviet Union, officially the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, USSR, was a federal socialist state in northern Eurasia that existed from 1922, ended in 1991. Nominally, a union of multiple national Soviet republics, it was a one-party state prior to 1990, governed by the Communist Party with Moscow as its capital in its largest republic. Now, what is the name of the reforms or the restructuring of the Soviet system ushered in between 1985 and 1991? The reforms, there was this special reform, restructuring in the Soviet Union? Yes, Wagberu. John, sorry.
Perestroika.
Sorry?
Is the perestroika.
Perestroika or glasnost reforms. That's correct. 1 point. Perestroika, glasnost. Now, the international system of units is the modern form of the metric system. Now, it is the only system of measurement with an official status in nearly every country in the world. Now, name the Italian physicist who gave his name to the SI unit of electromotive force.
Alexander Volta.
Alessandro Giuseppe Antonio Anastasio Volta. 3 points. But tell me, what is the capital of Nepal? Ebenezer? Nepal. Yes, Wonder. You've forgotten this word.
Meru.
No. Where do you know?
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu is the answer. Now, the term legislature is a generic term which means a body which legislates, as it were. Now, the term leg, L-E-G-G, means law and lature. The place, lature is a place. And etymologically, therefore, legislature means a place for law making. Now, another term which is used as a synonym of legislature is parliament. This word stands derived from the French word parler, which means to talk or to discuss and to deliberate. You understand? Talk, deliberate. Now, name the National Assembly of Spain. Yes, John.
Cortes General.
Cortes Generales. Cortes Generales. Now, an orchestra is a large instrumental ensemble typical of classical music. Now, which combines instruments from different families, including bowed string instruments. Now, you will name the only stringed instrument which is not played with a bow in a symphony orchestra.
The piccolo.
No, not the piccolo. The only stringed instrument.
Harp.
Harp is the answer. 3 points. Harp is the answer. Now, atomic bomb. Atomic bomb. Also called atom bomb. It is a weapon with great explosive power that results from the sudden release of energy upon the splitting or fission of the nuclei of a heavy element such as plutonium or uranium. Can you identify the US president who'd ordered the dropping of the first atomic bomb? And you know where it was dropped? You understand? It's that particular phenomenon has tremendous space and importance in the history of the world. There was a president in office in America who ordered the dropping of the first atomic bomb. Who was that man?
John Madison.
No, not Madison.
So,
Wonder you recollect?
Harry S. Truman.
Harry S. Truman. Harry Truman, at the time in office as president, and he declared that the bomb should be dropped. And it was so specifically dropped on the instruction of the first gentleman of the American state. Now, currently, you know what is going on in that part of the world. I mean, especially in, between Hamas and so on, all those people over there. Now, listen, is it Wonder again?
Yeah.
Last question. What does S stand for? You see, you declared Truman.
Okay.
And I'm happy that this particular question comes back to you. And you see, you did not even cast a safety net. You decided to name every single commodity in his name. Harry, even the S, you understand, as an abbreviation you stated it and added Truman. The S, what is it? What is the S? You know, he has declared with alacrity, you know, with energy, enthusiasm, strength, morale, everything. Harry S. Truman. What is S?
The S, it seems the mother wanted to name him after an S word. The first one to name after an S word. So it seems the S stands for nothing or Solomon or Sharville. So it was just for the S.
It was what?
The mother wanted to name him S as in Solomon, and the father to seem Sharville. So the S stands for none of them. So it was just S that they chose.
Your mother wanted to give him what?
It seems Solomon, and the father wanted an S word. So to solve the confusion, they just decided to put S there.
I think for a bonus, I'll allow him. I'll allow him. I'll allow him. You see, there was a controversy. According to Harry S. Truman himself, S does not stand for anything. Now, the S was a truce, more or less, between two competing factions, between the names of his grandfathers. You understand? One grandfather was Anderson Ship Truman. Another grandfather was Solomon Young. You understand? So these two S's, who was supposed to, you know, to give his name, as it were, to Harry Truman, you understand? Was it Anderson or was it going to be Young? In both cases, they had S. Ship was in the first person's name. Solomon was also in another person's name. And so for the avoidance of doubts, S. Truman. End of round one.
At the end of the first round of today's What Do You Know quiz program, Ebenezer Mensah Jan from Tema Community 11 has no points. Anthony Oyagbero, a tutor with the Youngster Senior High School at Denta, has 2 points. Wanda Ajadoche, a resident of Toviaje in Ho of the Volta region, also has 6 points. And then in the lead is John Awuni from Zuaburuga electoral area in the Pusiga district of the Upper East region with 12 points.
Electoral area. You have any ambition of becoming, competing for political positions or something? Yeah. Round 2, question 1. Yagbero, this hilly area located between Syria and Israel, it was the location of several bitter Israeli-Arab confrontations in the 1950s, in the 1960s, and the 1970s. You understand? Now we have this current confrontation, this current conflict, you know, in that part of the world. But in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, which location was this?
The countries again.
The Syria and Israel.
Golan Heights.
Sorry?
Golan Heights.
No, be careful. How do you say it again? How do you pronounce it?
Golan Heights. Or Golan Heights.
And I said, what do you know? Most of them, for 90% of the program is oral. So if I don't hear you well, what do you say again?
Golan Heights.
Golan. You let Awuni take it all. Yes, Awuni.
It's Golan Heights.
Golan. But I'm afraid there's nothing I can do for you, Oyagbero. Honestly, there's nothing I can do for you. I wanted you to do it, but it's unfortunate. But you are very intelligent, I know. You understand it, you know. But some of these things, small, many pieces of knowledge, all crowded in one little head. John, Golan Heights. You understand? So we're sorry for the calamity of Oyagbero. He knows it, but it had escaped him at the crucial moment. Golan Heights, or of which part of the body is the tricuspid valve a part?
The truth.
Look, my friend.
The lungs.
Look, and you, Ebenezer.
Stomach.
You put your tricuspid valve in your stomach? Or
The heart.
The heart is. You will put your tricuspid valve in your stomach. What do you want? What do you want to happen to you? Tricuspid valve is in the heart. You wonder. Look, I am a British institution. I am known as the old lady of Threadneedle. Old lady of Threadneedle streets. Who am I?
MI6.
What is MI6? No. Yeah, Guru. British institution. But I'm also known as the old lady of Threadneedle streets. Who am I? John. Anthony.
Yes.
Anthony.
The Bank of England.
The Bank of England is the Threadneedle concept. Old lady of Threadneedle. Now, the ocean is a continual body of salt water that covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. Ocean currents govern the world's weather and churn, a kaleidoscope of life. Now, a storm is a generic term popularly used to describe a large variety of atmospheric disturbances ranging from ordinary rain showers and snowstorms to thunderstorms, wind and wind-related disturbances such as gales, tornadoes, tropical cyclones, sandstorms, and so on. And of course, America is currently afflicted very gravely with one of such natural disasters. But where can we find the ocean of storms?
Mars.
No?
Mercury.
Where can we find the ocean of storms? Jan?
George Beach.
George Bush or George Bush?
George Beach.
I know George Bush, but I've never known of anything called George Beach. Wonder?
Venus.
Jaguaro?
Bermuda.
It is the moon. It's on the moon. The ocean of storms is available or can be located on the moon. Now, what is LSI in computing? You do computing.
No.
Are you accomplished in the world of computers? Are you extremely accomplished in computers?
It's a processing unit.
LSI, it's an acronym.
Oh, LS. Liquid.
No, your answer is liquid. Your answer is not solid at all. It's absolutely liquid. Ebenezer.
Linus International
But what about the S? S stands for international.
System.
Linus Systematic International. That is what you should have said. I understand. Dubiously anyway. Wonder at Jaduche.
Liquid.
Don't go to liquid, please. Ayagbero.
Latest.
Large scale integration. Large scale integration. But which substance used as a form of route control is called lacrimator?
It's my turn.
I think John will do it.
Yeah, it's tear gas.
Of course, you see, put your hands up. Lacrimator. Huh? Lacrimator. I think it's LACHRYMATOR. Lacrimator. It's tear gas. You understand? I think that you should obviously have been wised up from the clues made vivid, in the context, within the context of the question. Form of route control. Route control. ASAP, Ebenezer. Are you paying attention?
Yes, please.
ASAP. What does it stand for? I mean, this is not the question, but do you know it? As an acronym. As an acronym in casual writing, as it were. ASAP. You know it, Garuche. You know it. No, the question hasn't come.
You know it.
Yes, what is it?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. So do this as soon as possible. Ebenezer, ASAP, yeah, within that environment, is represents as soon as possible. So if ASAP is as soon as possible, then what is AFAIK? Think on that line educatedly. Think. ASAP as soon as possible. So AFAIK will be what?
As far as I know.
That is correct. As far as I know. As far as I know. Now, this name of an empirical measure that relates wind speed to observed conditions at sea or on land. What is it? Wonder. Yes. The name of the empirical measure that relates wind speed to observed conditions at sea or on land. The measure. What is it called?
Nautical.
No, it is not a nautical thing. The name of that empirical measure is a measure. Now, it is used, it relates to wind speed. It uses wind speed, the speed of wind, to observe conditions at the sea or on land. Wind. You understand? Wind. It relates to wind speed, the speed of wind. What is it called?
Anemometer.
No, not anemometer. John?
Okay, I also go for wind vane.
Wind vane does not measure wind speed. I think it rather generates electrical energy or something. Yes, Ebenezer.
Wind pressure.
There's a lot of pressure on you today, Jan. This wind thing is bringing the pressure upon you. Jado, did you start?
Yeah.
Yes, Jado. It is Beaufort wind of 4 scale. If you don't need to bring Beaufort, it's a French name. Wind force scale. Beaufort wind force scale. Wind force. The force of wind. Wind force scale. Now the Haber process, also called the Haber-Bosch process, it is an artificial nitrogen fixation process. Now it is named after its inventors. Now the German chemists, these inventors, the German chemists Fritz Haber and Karl Bosch, who developed it in the first decade of the 20th century. What chemical substance does the Haber process produce? Haber-Bosch. Artificial nitrogen fixation process. Nitrogen fixation. It was named after the inventors, chemists Fritz Haber and Karl Bosch. What chemical is produced? So
Nitrogen gas.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Quizmaster is an enthusiasm. No? That was a lapsus on my part. Yes, John.
Nitrogen.
But you thought that there's something. But he said nitrogen. I said no.
He added gas.
Oh no, it does not make any difference. Yes, Beniza.
Noxious gas.
It's noxious. You're producing noxious ancestors. Wonder, you must wonder what is happening to Beniza today.
Nitrate.
Ammonia. Now in tennis, what score comes after deuce? Do you play table tennis? You toss the ball, deuce, and then you serve. What score comes after deuce? You understand? The score is tied with both players having 3 or more points each, and the player that wins the next point is said to have an advantage. No. Let's apply it especially to lawn tennis. Players must win by 2 points. So this player must win the point after that in order to win the game. Table tennis, I think it occurs in table tennis too. Do you understand? When they all have the same number of points at the end of the game, and then I think there's another tennis player on my right here. You see, so deuce is served. When deuce is served, after that, what happens? What follows? What score? You understand? Because you understand. Deuce. After deuce, what is the name of the score?
Single score.
No, it's not single. You don't play table. You've not been playing. Yagbero.
Tiebreaker.
No. Tiebreaker. What do you know? John.
Eagle.
Eagle. John.
They start a new score.
John, you wouldn't start anything. You continue. You say advantage, and then you serve. So the person who has the advantage, if he wins again, is the champion. He's the winner of the game. Now, Canary Islands of Spain, it consists of an archipelago in the Atlantic Ocean. Now, the Canaries comprise the Spanish provinces, including Las Palmas. Now, name the largest of the Canary Islands. You understand? There's so many of them. Now, what is the largest? The last question here. The last question, sorry. And which is indeed the last question in this round. Yes.
It's your question.
What is yours? The Canary Islands.
Sardinia.
Sardinia is not.
Azores.
No. What is the largest? Sorry. Yes.
Bologna.
No, John.
Tenerife.
Tenerife is the largest island. Tenerife, Tenerife is the largest amongst the islands called the Canary Islands. End of round two.
Ebenezer Mensah-Jan still has no point. Anthony Oyagbero has 2 points. Wanda Ajadoche has 8 points. John Awoni still leads with 18 points.
Yes, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the very final portion of this exercise. John Awuni has maintained his leadership right from the inception of the competition, and he has a determination to emerge triumphant. But let's see what happens. Anthony Aguero is around. Wanda Zaduche, Ebenezer. Let's see what happens in round 3. Question 1. John, you still hold the floor. But John, quick line. You know, it's an alkaline powder obtained by strongly heating quick line, you understand? It is an alkaline powder which is obtained by strongly heating with another material. What material?
Lemon.
You understand? Quick line.
Or lemonade.
This alkaline powder, it's obtained by strong heating with another material. What is it?
Bicarbonate.
No. Quick line. You understand?
Sodium.
No, it is with a strong heating with another substance, with another material.
Acid.
No, it's chalk. You see, so when you heat chalk, you know, with quick line, strongly, it produces an alkaline, when you mix it with, you strongly heat it with, what do you call it? This other material, yeah, quick lime is produced. Now for 3 points, is this still John?
Yeah.
John, he was better known as Lenin, Russian revolutionary. His name, his real name, Lenin.
Yeah.
What is his real name?
Vladimir. Lenin.
No, I will not accept only Vladimir, to be frank, honest. Give me something more.
Pass.
Give me something more. Ebenezer.
No idea.
But he started with Vladimir. You can't continue with this. Raduche.
Vladimir Vladimirovich.
Vladimirovich, no. Yagboro, complete it.
Vladimir Yanukovych Dukasvili.
No.
Vladimir Putin.
Hey, you want to come back again? Now he's subverting the rules here. This is an affront, very patent affront to the rules of what you know. He's claiming the thing for himself. I mean, now we're making the questmaster's position useless. So you can declare when to answer the question. This is unprecedented, Ebenezer. No, let me declare the answer. Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov. Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov. And so, Awuni, this abbreviation, ISBN, what is it?
International Standard Book Number.
It is correct. International Standard Book Number. John, do this one for me. Now, you see, a movement is a self-contained part of a musical composition or musical form. One individual or selected movements from a composition are sometimes performed separately. A performance of a complete work requires all the movements to be performed in succession. Now, a concerto is from the late Baroque era, mostly understood as an instrumental composition written for one or more soloists, accompanied by an orchestra or other ensemble. How many movements are usually in a concerto?
2.
No? Go.
3.
3 is the answer for Ebenezer John Mensah. 3 is the answer. He mentioned 2 and I said, oh, was it because I urged him on? I said, go. From 2, you go to 3. Now, wonder, with which sports are the Queensberry rules associated? Queensberry rules in the world of sports.
Polo.
No.
Hockey.
Queensberry rules. They're associated with a certain sporting activity. What is it?
Fencing.
No. Queensberry.
Boxing.
Is the answer. Boxing. The Queensberry rules are connected. They're related to boxing. Now, what South African leader of the Black Consciousness movement died in police custody in 1977? It has tremendous historical significance. It occurred in 1977. Who was that man or woman? South African leader of the Black Consciousness movement
Pass.
died in police custody 1977. Ebenezer Mensah.
FW.
No.
Ban.
No. Why are you talking? No, you're subverting all the rules. Now, even for a bonus, you want to answer how many times? What did you want to mention? Let me hear you. I think you have a son or daughter somewhere. He's asking you to perform. Your father, Ebenezer, perform. Wonder.
Herbert Luthuli.
Lithuli. Yagbero.
Water Sicily.
No. Yagbero. Winnie.
I started.
Oh, Winnie. Steve Biko. You remember me? Steve Biko. The triple jump is an athletic event in which competitors attempt to jump as far as possible. You know how it is done in triple jump. But how was it known formally? You understand? Triple jump. How was it formally called?
It was called Run, Step, and Jump.
reconsider your answer.
Step and jump.
Now, with the introduction of John Awuni, what is your idea, Ebenezer?
Jump at once.
The person has indicated how you should go. Now you are jumping straight away. Huh? Huh?
Jump.
No. You must look before you leap. Wonder. He set the pace.
Step and jump.
Stead. What is that? Jaguar, what can
Step,
you...
run, and jump.
You want to turn it upside down? Run, step, and jump. Hop, step, jump. Hop, step, and jump. Now, which religion's most sacred books contain the teachings of Mahavira? You see, the teachings of Mahavira.
Is my turn.
Yes,
Buddhism.
It's not Buddhism. You understand? They all have secret books.
Jainism.
Jainism. The teachings of Mahavira is Jainism. For 3 points, final question. Ebenezer, in Hinduism, what name do we give to the sum of one's actions carried forward from one life to the next? Think. Think. Oh la la! Oh la 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 la! Ladies and gentlemen, Ebenezer Mensah Jan has sealed with glory, has crowned with glory the proceedings we have pursued here in the traditional sanctum this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause once more for Ebenezer Jan for sealing it so celestially. We are endowed. We are greatly indebted to all the contestants and to all the audience here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the competition.
The end of the final round of today's What Do You Know quiz program, Anthony Oyagbero with the Digonses Senior High School, Adenta, had 2 points. Ebenezer Mensah Jan from Tema Community 11 also had 6 points. Wanda Ajadoche, a resident of Toviaje in Ho, had 8 points. With 25 points, John Awuni from Upper East Region had topped.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The scores have been declared, and we know patently, the nature of the positions of the contestants here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. But in consonance with tradition, I will implore all of you to put your hands together and congratulate in the mighty way the performance of these individuals from Zoabuga electoral area in the Pusigat district of the Upper East region of the Republic of Ghana. Welcome, John Awuni. But of course, we must congratulate the other versatile, very, very, very formidable contestants, Antonio Oyagbero, Ebenezer Mensah, Jan Kwam, and Wanda Ajadoche. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the whole caboodle. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord let his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Lord, lift up his countenance upon all of you and grant you immaculate, irreversible peace. On this note, and until the same time next week, when we bring you questions from archaeology to zoology, on behalf of my producer, Francis S. Mensah, Kingsley Abuade, Francis Teterajo, Collins Mensah, Samuel Logo, Kingsley Iron Crawford, Isabel Sedna Mensah, John Pobi, David Tedeku, Patience Dovlo, Amwa, and the one and only Kanjaga Lagaton. This has been your quizmaster, Nana Ferry Yeboah, asking you here, those out there, what do you